Head coach Bryan Gray with the East Hall Vikings. Thanks so much for coming in studio with us. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. All right, so last year you guys are coming off a 3-7 season. The 3 wins doubles your win total actually from the first few years. But no, I mean I think it was. I think last year, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was a pretty good stepping stone for your program in general. When you say,
there's no doubt about it. We weren't satisfied by any means. Sometimes we have a little bit higher expectations than reality, and we came in and some things kind of derailed us, some injuries, some turnover issues definitely, but we greatly improved. Our kids got another year comfortable in the scheme, and the great news is we have everybody back pretty much.
Coach, I know, over the years you've talked about kind of one of the hardest things to do with building a program is to build depth and strength in the trenches. You feel like you've kind of started to turn that corner there. Talk a little bit about what you feel like your offensive and defensive lines can be this year. I
think we can have, potentially, and there's a lot that goes into potential, but we can have a very, very strong O-line and D-line. We've been playing these same 8 or 9 kids for the last 3 years. They play together real well, and all are very physical, strong, very good size. There's a number 2 or 3 kids got potential to go on and play after high school. And so we're pretty excited. I mean, the big thing about playing online is you just can't throw a freshman or a sophomore out there, and you sure can't throw some first-time football player. And linemen always come once you get the youth program going, the middle school program successful. Then the linemen start to come in, and that's what we're seeing the benefits of now.
2 of the guys that moved on to the next level, obviously Sterling Bailey and Chaz Cheeks. Did the younger guys kind of learn something from those guys and just see kind of how they go about their business? Because those kids are pretty talented kids, but I'm figuring they had to be pretty strong workers too.
They were. They were very well. Both of them were great kids. Great. They set the tempo. They kind of showed that it can be done at East Hall. Our kids are always there. They work hard all the time. Our kids don't ever quit. East Hall kids don't quit, period. And we've been knocked down a couple times last couple years, but I think they're about ready to swing back. And Chaz and Sterling kind of set the foundation of just the kids that, you put your time in, you put your effort, listen to coaches, good things can happen, and I don't think anything better could happen than going to Georgia Tech and the University of Georgia.
Right.
You talked about building a program. Obviously, there's been a ton of work just going to kind of getting this thing going from the ground up. Talk about how East Hall football, just the program in general, has evolved since y'all started.
Well, the big challenge when I got there is the youth program was unfortunately about zero. And East Hall has always been known for basketball, and the basketball's handed to the babies in the crib in our community, and that's what they've grown up playing. And we had to convert to them and teach them, hey, come play during the winter and fall. I mean, football's a good sport, and we were very fortunate the last couple of years to steal the kids off the court and let them play both sports. And they saw that, hey, I may not be a 6'5" point guard, but I'm a 6'1", and I can play football in college. And we've been fortunate with that, and that just kind of carried all the way down to now our youth program's got, a team or 2 teams at every single age group level. And our middle school's got over 70 kids involved, and that is the key to success. I mean, Coach Christmas has shown that. Coach Shaw has shown that with tremendous youth programs. You will never be successful if you cannot continue to get in year after year kids that have experienced. Basketball, a lot of times, kid can go out there and he can just shoot a 3-pointer and make it and get lucky. In football, you don't get lucky trying to tackle a quarterback or running back. It's a technique that you have to learn over years. And especially with the big kids, you have to learn that over and over and over.
Yeah.
And that has been what we've been waiting for. And when I took the job, and all these great coaches that came with me that same year and have been with me since, and we've all known that, we've all preached as, listen, it's going to take time, but when it happens, it's going to happen. And we're on the verge. We can taste it, and our kids can taste it. It's just a matter of the chips falling in place and letting it happen.
Can you guys kind of taste a sub-region title to start with this year? I mean, do you think that's something that's in the realm for you guys?
That is definitely our goal. Yeah. The thing about football is, and, in baseball, you get a great pitcher and one great hitter, man, you could have a chance to get a few wins. In football, you better have 22. And then when 6 of them are going to get hurt, which they always do, you better have 6 more to take their place. So football was where the chips fall. I think we could be competitive with anybody we play. I think we'll play, vastly improved West Hall and Johnson right off the bat. And then Adairsville is 170 kids strong. and Elbert County might be the best team in the state next to Buford. So we're going to find out real quick. But I'm excited about our chances. I think that if we stay healthy, we find the right leadership, and we stop turning the ball over, we got a chance.
Obviously we talked about the linemen. You had a skill guy last year in Jamon Witt who, when he was healthy was one of the most explosive players in North Georgia. What have you seen from him in the summer? What do you expect out of him this fall?
Well, I expect, we came to rely on Jamon too much last year, and then when he was hurt, it kind of really hurt us, and then we lost a couple supporting role kids that helped keep the attention off him. It really hurt. He's banged up right now, so he's going to take some time and get back healthy, which is actually kind of a positive another way, is we've got 2 young kids that we think could be just as good as he is, that have gotten a lot of extra reps, and we think we could be 4 or 5 deep at running back where we can rotate and maybe give Jamon a breather for once. And so we're excited. But we've got the number of kids that we think that can take it all the way, like Jamon. They were just too young last year or too physically weak to compete in a high level.
Coach, seems like you got things going in the right direction. Really do appreciate your time, and good luck this year.
No, thank you for having me anytime. Appreciate it.